WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. 4 people suffered minor injuries and no charges were filed in a 3-vehicle accident along State Road 56 near Shiloh Church, west of Jasper, early Sunday afternoon. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says that just after 1 p.m. yesterday, a crossover SUV driven by 26-year-old Brandy Dixon of Petersburg was westbound on Highway 56 nearing the intersection with County Road 180 North. Now, at the same time, deputies say a passenger car driven by 53-year-old Peggy Shaw Vernon of Jasper was westbound on 56 and had stopped to make a left turn on a County Road 80 North. Dixon told deputies that she was distracted by looking at antique vehicles that were traveling in the eastbound lanes of Highway 56. Dixon said she failed to see Shaw Vernon's car stopped in front of her and rear-ended collision ensued. After the collision, Shaw Vernon's vehicle went partially into the eastbound lane and into the path of one of the antique vehicles. One of the antique vehicles was a pickup driven by 58-year-old Jimmy Shaw of Forest, Mississippi that was eastbound on State Road 56. The left front of Shaw Vernon's car struck the left front of Shaw's truck. After that collision, deputies say that Shaw's truck had no steering control and continued eastbound and then went to the left, striking a guardrail and coming to rest. Authorities say that State Road 56 on Jasper's west side was blocked for about 1 hour while the scene was cleared. All injured parties refused treatment at the scene. Shaw Vernon and her 14-year-old daughter were transported to Memorial Hospital by personal vehicle for treatment for pain to the arm and also abdomen and seatbelt abrasions. Dixon and her 6-year-old daughter refused treatment at the scene. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department noted that due to the fact that everyone involved was wearing their seatbelts, this greatly reduced the severity of the injuries involved. Once again, no charges were filed and damages to Shaw's pickup was listed at $10,000, while both Shaw Vernon and Dixon's vehicles were total losses. The Indiana State Police, Jasper Fire Department, and first responders, and also Memorial Hospital Emergency Medical Services all assisted at the scene. As many as 50 underage kids were cited after they were caught drinking at a Beaver Lake party on Saturday night. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says that around 10 p.m. Saturday, the department received an anonymous complaint and concern about a possible underage drinking party taking place along County Road 315 East. This is east of Jasper in the area of Beaver Lake. About a quarter after 10, deputies and a trooper with the Indiana State Police arrived on the scene. Authorities say that they encountered a large party and that several persons ran from the area, including some that fled by actually jumping into Beaver Lake. About 50 were detained and tested for alcohol consumption. 24 people between the ages of 15 and 18 were cited and released to their parents from the scene. Police say that those people tested between 0.03 and 0.20% on portable breath tests. Indiana conservation officers were contacted to assist deputies to ensure the safety of those who fled or at least tried to flee by going into the water. They say no one had to be rescued from the water, and officers were on scene for about 4 hours while people were being tested and parents were being contacted. Those 24 persons who are under the age of 18 will have information forwarded to the DuBois County Juvenile Probation Department, and those over the age of 18 will have information forwarded to the DuBois County Prosecutor's Office and will also be charged with minor consumption, which is a Class C misdemeanor. A leader of a DuBois County school corporation has been named to the board of directors of a local banking institution. This person is Dr. Tracy Lorai, the superintendent of the Greater Jasper School Corporation, and she will join the current directors of Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company to oversee the company through a wide variety of tasks, including the establishment of policies and objectives. In a release, Springs Valley President and CEO Jamie Schinbarger says that learning and administration are 2 of the foundational pieces of business, commerce, and also banking. He says that the company welcomes the skill set that Dr. Lorai brings to the board. Tracy and her husband Kurt reside in Jasper and are the parents of 7 children. She says that it's an honor to have the opportunity to serve as a member of the board of directors at Springs Valley and looks forward to the experiences and hopes to make a positive contribution to a company with such a long history of overall success. This year, the Indiana General Assembly passed measures creating more efficient local government processes. In 2015, lawmakers updated the state's annexation laws for the first time in nearly 15 years. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper says that this year the Indiana General Assembly passed House Enrolled Act 1298. This made several technical changes to the existing annexation laws dealing with adjacent land requirements, among many other things. In the 2016 legislative session, lawmakers also passed Senate Enrolled Act 279, clarifying the procedure for extending a referendum tax levy. This law came in response to an increase in the number of school districts across the state using local referendum processes. In 2015 alone, 31 Indiana school districts received more than $100 million through referendum operating levies. Under previous law, when school districts wanted to continue a previously approved referendum, there was no language to show voters that it was a continuation of an existing referendum and not a new tax levy. Messmer says that Senate Enrolled Act 279 clears up the language by requiring a school corporation and voters to approve a resolution extending their referendum by December 31st of the existing referendum's final year.
Senate Enrolled Act 279 also requires 500 property owners or 5% of registered voters, whichever is less, to initiate either a school debt service remonstrance or referendum. Previous law required 100 people or 5% of registered voters, whichever was less.
These laws simplify existing state statutes, making these processes easier for cities, counties, towns, and voters. As always, feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with your questions, and you can email him at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 800-382-9467. Parade watchers converged on the streets of Huntingburg yesterday afternoon to witness the 2016 Huntingburg Herbstfest Parade. Members of the parade committee have released this year's award winners. Those winners include the Central Christian Church, who picked up this year's Grand Marshal Award. The Queen's Award winner was Flip and Twist Gymnastics. Flip and Twist also captured the award for Best Walking Unit. The best float was OFS Brands, and the Mayor's choice was the Huntingburg United Methodist Church. Best Fire Apparatus was the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, and the Best Car Unit Award went to Salon at Forth. Coming up this Thursday, September the 29th, We'll Read and Sing for Food will host a show at Sultan's Run to benefit Mentors for Youth. The show will start at 7 p.m. and will feature Kelly Schaefer, the author of Fractured Not Broken. We'll Read and Sing for Food currently is in its 4th season and is a unique mix of live music and humor essays and also enlightenment. Other readers will include Abby Rumbach, Angela Himsel, and Scott Solomon. Musicians include Bethany Baglin, the winner of this year's Ferdinand Folk Festival Songwriting Contest, Debbie Sheeter, and Kyle Leakin. Once again, the show will begin at 7 p.m. this Thursday, the 29th, and will take place at Sultan's Run, which is located at 15th Street and Meridian Road on Jasper's east side. Last night marked the beginning of the annual Pumpkin Festival in French Lick, and the festivities kicked off with the Queen Pageant. The 2016 pageant award winners include Elena Perkheiser, who was crowned Miss Cinderella and also Miss Photogenic. First runner-up was Maddie Hammond, and second runner-up went to Morgan Apple. Junior Miss Photogenic was Bentley Cook. Second runner-up was Kendall Vernon. First runner-up was Marissa Marshall. And this year's Junior Miss Cinderella was Emery Catt. For the Princess Division, Princess Photogenic and first runner-up was Bella Shipman. Princess second runner-up was Sarah Drobbing. Princess was Macy Hall and also was Macy Hall. Little Miss Cinderella was Kaya Schneider. First runner-up was Abby Allen. Second runner-up was Alyssa Hughes. And Little Miss Photogenic was Ashlyn Alvarez. Make sure to keep it here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.